Hello everyone and welcome back to another casual Warframe video. Right quick, gotta do the shameless plug, I have a Patreon, and if you're on Patreon watching this for free, well, you're getting the uncensored version if I do end up actually cussing a lot. And if you're on Patreon, why not join the crew? It helps to support the channel and allow me to continue to do this, and it gets me closer to being able to do this for a living. In addition, I also take commissions. You can DM me on Instagram for commission details. There should be a direct link on my page to my Instagram. If you're watching this from YouTube, I have a Patreon where I tell a bunch of stories with sound effects included and music. It's a good time. There's a link in the description, as well as a link to my Instagram if you're curious about commissions, also in the description below. Now let's get started. So today, we are simply running some Steel Path Incursions. Just having a good old time, relaxing on Warframe. Now, as of recording this, I am very tired. Oh boy. I am very tired. Sleep has been dog lately, so hey, if you can relate, leave in the comments below how and why you relate. By the way, the reason I am doing Steel Path Incursions is because I ran out of Steel Essence before I was able to buy all 25 packs relic packs from Teshin. And I still don't have Sephiroth Prime yet. The only thing that I'm missing for Sephiroth is, of course, the rare piece that just refuses to drop because it's a rare piece. So, that's all that I'm missing, really. And I believe... Yeah, just one piece of, don't worry, that meme's not gonna pop up. One piece of, Nautilus's, stuff. And then I got them both. I don't remember which piece it is, though, for Nautilus. And here I was going so fast I went right over the capture target. But yeah, I just need one piece for Nautilus and Sephiroth Prime chassis. And then I have them. It actually very quickly gave me the Epitaph Prime. I didn't have to run very many relics at all for Epitaph Prime. So that was nice. You know, I get to play around with that and have a good time. What part was it, though? Was it the carapace for Nautilus? Gosh, I don't remember. I'd have to load up the game again in order to see what I needed. But it's fine. I'll get it. I was able to get maybe 12 or 14 relics from Teshin, and I maxed out everybody else's standing and got a bunch of relic packs for them. So overall, it's a pretty good haul. Got the entire Epitaph Prime, got all of the pieces for Sephiroth and Nautilus, except for one each. That's not bad. That's not bad for, like, the first day of, properly grinding it out. Now, because we're on here, right, we're doing the Fervo mission, or however you pronounce it, I'm not really bothered by it. This right here, I enjoy fighting him. I really enjoy fighting this bitch. Oh, man. He, honestly, to me, like, I know a lot of people say that, oh, well, he's just a super basic boss, like, he's no different from the Jackal or whatever, or blah, blah, blah. I, personally, enjoy fighting him. To me, he feels like the smoothest boss so far. He feels like a properly fun, basic boss fight. And sure, I mean, he's nothing super crazy. He doesn't have 2 and 3 phases like a Dark Souls boss, and he doesn't have super crazy mechanics and, all these other things and side objectives you have to do during the fight, and that's fine, because it's still a fun fight to me, and a fun fight to a lot of people. And I will say, this is definitely a good place to start for DE. A very good start, in my opinion. I would honestly love to see bosses more like the Fervo boss, and just, fleshed out a bit more. Maybe a second phase with different mechanics that are just fun, ideally. And if you also feel this way about what I'm about to say here, make sure to leave that in the comment section below as well. Because I would adore, I would absolutely adore, and just, beat my with one hand while I'm playing with the other. Adore proper dungeons. Proper dungeons for this game, and raids. Now, I don't mean, like, there are different kinds of raids, right? So I want to be very clear what I mean by that. So, if you've ever played Borderlands 3, right? If you've ever played Borderlands 3 and you got to the point where you were doing either of the raids, something like that, and maybe it's specifically, technically, accurately called just a dungeon. Maybe that's what it is, I don't know. But that's what I mean whenever I say a raid. Borderlands 3's raids. The two that it has. That's the kind of stuff I want. I want to be able to drop into an area, cut my way through a bunch of enemies, look for chests, fight mini-bosses, unlock certain parts of the area to progress, and then, fight a really big boss. Fight like a really big Two-Face boss. That's what I want. Now, I don't know if that's considered a dungeon or a raid, since, the meanings are interchanged and used for one another. Whatever that is, whatever you want to call it, I want those in Warframe. And I think Warframe honestly would benefit heavily from that. Man, I would love that so much. Golly, I really would. I really would. I mean, even just like basic dungeons where you're going in, you're doing a little bit, like a light raid, if you will. And there's just one boss you go through, you do a couple of things, and then you kill it. But, it's lengthier than a regular assassination mission. And fun. Even that I'd be fine with. But I would really love to drop in there, fight some mini-bosses, and in fact, hey, have a couple of actual, like, genuine bosses, maybe like one or two before you meet, like, the final boss, right? And stuff like that. That would be so good for this game. It would be in-game content for this game. Stuff that you could run without that randomization. Okay, look, like, I get it, right? I get it's a different game mode, and yeah, running or having randomizer runs can be fun. And I have had my fun in Fury. But the fact that they didn't make Elite Deep Pocket Media like Fury, in the sense to where you could use weapons and warframes that you don't have, just for that run, it just kills it for me. It's just unfun for me. Because then, unless you take all of this fucking random shit, if you even have it, you're not going to get the rewards that you're putting all the work into for. And it's just unfun. Like I built, this frame or these frames, because I do have a selection. I rotate between a main of 3. And Gara being one of them. So like, what the f*** is the point of me even making these frames and fully investing in 3, or for other people 5 to 10? What is the point in investing in all of those if we're not going to take them, to the hardest level that we can, to the highest content? It just doesn't make sense to me. So I would love to see proper dungeons and raids in Warframe. And I know in some of the dev shorts, they asked her, hey, what about raids? And she said, nope, absolutely not. But I think she's, at least I'm hoping at least, that Rebecca was talking about a different kind of raid. You know, maybe, I don't know, like a MMO, like WoW or something like that style raid where there's just like a billion people, all running the same thing, or like a world boss, where there's just like, hundreds of people. Maybe she was thinking that. Like that's understandable. The game has its limitations, but to have a proper dungeon where you're going in with your buddies and maybe you need a key for it, or, you know, and it's an easy key to farm, or you can just get it for credits, which ideally would be perfect. Just get the key for credits. I don't want to have to farm to be able to begin another farm. We already have a few of those. Hopefully we do get that. Hopefully we do get that indeed. Because I would love that. That would be very, very fun. Because I get having randomizer modes, and there are a lot of people who do like that. There are a lot of people who enjoy that. And, yeah, absolutely. Put stuff that you guys think are cool that people are going to enjoy in the game. But there's also plenty of people who hate that. And, like me, feel it kind of defeats the purpose of having any mains, or, makes it to where what's the point unless you're going to make and keep every single thing in the game, which is a huge hassle. And like I said, I'm just on that side of it, where I am with everybody who wants a proper in-game, but I really do not want it to be another randomized thing. I want it to be the weapons that I poured all of that time and investment into. I want it to be the frames that I poured all that time and investment into, going through the hardest stuff in the game and really, really putting it through its paces. I would love that. And I know a lot of other people would too. Because this is a game about choice. It is very much a game about choice and customizability and what you want to do and how you want to play the game. So, for them to make two quote-unquote in-game bits of content that take away all of your choice, that doesn't make sense. Like I said, Duviri is fun because it allows you to use anything and everything, even if you don't have it. Taking that away in Elite Deep Archimedia, that was a bad idea. They really could have just said, oh, hey, I'm Robot Lloyd, and, oh, you don't have these weapons? That's okay. I'll just use the Entrati's Argon Crystal, stash that they have in, I don't know, some pocket dimension or a little pocket void area, and, I can replicate these weapons for you for a short time, so you can run them in Elite Deep Archimedia, but as soon as you finish, they will dissipate, because they're highly volatile, or some bullshit like that. I think that would have been a lot more fun. But like I said, not to dump on anybody who enjoys it, I'm just saying that it would have been more fun if you continue to allow people to enjoy their choices and their way to play, seeing as how most of the game is built that way. Still enjoy Duviri. I still like it. It's still fun, do something different. But, man, I really hope that we get dungeons or raids, whatever the hell it's called. I really, really hope that we get that, because that would be so much fun. Like doing essentially what is the Crux of Crota or the Vault of Glass style, dungeon or whatever you call it, in Warframe. Golly, dude. Oh, that would be it. I love this game so much, and I want it to succeed. I really, really do. And not just for my own personal enjoyment, but I feel like a shitload, I whistled there on accident, an absolute shitload of people would just froth at the mouth for proper dungeons in Warframe. Like, so many people would love the shit out of that. Oh, man, I hope we get it. I hope we get something like that. That'd be so much fun. I hope you guys have a good day, and may RNG be in your favor.